What happens when four siblings inherit the only asset in their mother's trust, and the trustee lives hundreds of miles away? That was a situation when I got a call from a Southern California trustee and their estate attorney. The home, a once grand Bay Area residence, now in disrepair, filled with 50 years of family memories and disagreements on what to do next. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact plan we used to go from inherited chaos to a high-value, court-compliant, market-smart sale. Whether you're a fiduciary, attorney, or trustee yourself, this is the roadmap for doing it right. If we haven't met, hi, I'm Andrew DeVries. I help professional and family fiduciaries sell probate and trust real estate in the San Francisco Bay Area with less stress, less liability, and for more money. I've closed over 900 of these sales, and this channel is here to help you avoid costly mistakes. If this information is relevant to you, consider subscribing below. So let's dive in. This case began with a referral to me from a well-respected Bay Area fiduciary to an estate planning attorney in Southern California. The call I received came directly from an estate planning attorney and a trustee, both based in Southern California. The trustee had been named by the late owner of the property, a mother of four who had just passed away at age 91. Her home, a 1930s Bay Area property with good bones, but serious deferred maintenance, and it was the only asset in the trust. Each of the four adult children were beneficiaries, and while they generally got along, their perspectives on how to proceed were very different. One wanted to do a full remodel, while the other wanted a quick as-is sale. All four had limited funds and strong emotional ties to the home that they grew up in. To add to the complexity, the trustee wasn't a family member, but a longtime family friend. She was doing her best to honor the mother's wishes to involve the children, but she didn't live locally, had no vendor connections in the Bay Area, and no prior experience handling a fiduciary sale. The house itself presented serious logistical challenges. It was filled with 50 years of personal possessions, had mechanical stair lifts installed from the front door to the street, and needed serious cleanout and prep work just to get market ready. This was a trust sale, but it was also a family legacy. This meant our job wasn't just to sell the home, it was to protect the trustee, respect the beneficiaries, and deliver a top dollar result for the trust. The first thing I did was meet with the trustee and attorney to develop a comprehensive sales strategy. This wasn't just about pricing, it was about creating a plan that aligned with fiduciary responsibilities, honored family dynamics, and maximized the value of the only asset in the trust. I created a full property preparation strategy, a detailed market valuation, and a projected sale timeline. I also provided clear options on what prep could and should be done to balance the siblings' differing expectations. One of the keys was presenting a plan that didn't pick sides. It wasn't just as-is or full remodel. It was a smart, cost-effective strategy focused on preserving value without overspending. That flexibility helped win everyone's trust. At the trustee's request, I presented the plan directly to the beneficiaries. This wasn't just about inclusion, it was about creating transparency and building consensus early in the process. The strategy also became a legal record. A documented, step-by-step explanation of what was done and why. That protects the trustee from any future challenges by showing thoughtful, well-supported decisions throughout. Once the attorney reviewed and approved the listing agreement, we signed a trust-specific contract and got started right away on the next phase, preparation and execution. Next, we faced a big challenge. How to get the property ready for market when the trust had no cash to pay for it. This home had decades of deferred maintenance, room packed with belongings, and a stair lift that literally ran from the front door down to the sidewalk. It needed help to show its value. But without any liquidity in the trust, the trustee was stuck. That's where my resources came in. I brought in licensed, bonded, and insured vendors I've worked with for years, professionals who understand the sensitivity and legal constraints of fiduciary real estate. To move the project forward without delay, I provided an interest-free fix-up loan reimbursed through Escrow. That allowed us to complete essential cleanout, minor repairs, and basic upgrades like painting, landscaping, and cleaning without taking a dollar out of the trust's pocket up front. Throughout the entire process, I managed the project hands-on. That meant coordinating timelines, tracking vendor progress, and ensuring everything stayed on budget and on time. I also kept the trustee and attorney fully informed with frequent updates by phone and email, so they knew exactly what was happening and when. Those updates weren't just communication, they also served as documentation. If any questions ever came up from a beneficiary, an attorney, or the court, we had a clear record of the work done and the reasons behind every decision. Trustee sales come with a unique set of disclosure requirements. Unlike traditional homeowners, trustees typically haven't lived in the property. That limits what they know, but doesn't eliminate the need to disclose what's required by law. To simplify that, I worked with the trustee and attorney to complete our office's custom trust sale disclosure packet. It's something I've refined over 20 plus years and 900 trust and probate sales, and it's built to minimize liability while staying fully compliant with California probate and civil codes. In parallel, I had our title company review the chain of title and trust documents early before we went to market. We checked for liens, clouds on title, and made sure the property was properly vested so the title company could issue clear title insurance as part of the sale. That step is often skipped, and it's a mistake. Getting this done upfront helped us avoid delays during escrow and gave everyone confidence that the sale could move forward cleanly and effectively. The trustee wasn't expected to know the legal fine print, but I made sure every disclosure and legal element was in place to protect her and the trust from start to finish. With the home prepped and the legal framework in place, we moved into the marketing and negotiation phase. This wasn't a generic listing. We launched a targeted campaign designed for Bay Area buyers and beyond. Those who understood the value of a historic home with character and who could move efficiently through a trust-based purchase. We used everything from high-end professional photography and 3D tours to digital ad placement and email marketing, plus outreach to our private network of serious local buyers. The result? Multiple strong offers, including some over asking price. But for the trustee and the family, the decision wasn't just about money. It was also about managing expectations and preserving relationships. This was still a family home. There were emotions involved, and I helped the trustee navigate those conversations with professionalism and care. I also made sure every beneficiary was kept informed about the process at the trustee's request, and I made sure they understood the rationale behind the final offer selection. In the end, we accepted a bid that offered the best blend of price, terms, and reliability, protecting the trust and ensuring a smooth path to closing. Once the trustee accepted the offer, I took the lead on managing the entire escrow process. That included coordinating with the buyer's lender, ensuring the appraisal was completed without delay, and working closely with the title company to keep everything on track. I made sure all disclosures were correctly signed, timelines were followed, and every document was accounted for. There were no loose ends. Throughout the escrow, I maintained regular communication with the trustee and attorney so that even from Southern California, they were always up to speed. When we closed, the sale proceeds were wired directly into the trust's account through the title company as required by law. The result? We closed on time at the highest possible sale price with full documentation protecting everyone involved. No family conflict, no legal missteps, and no lingering questions. The trustee fulfilled her duties with integrity and clarity and was incredibly relieved to have had a trusted local expert by her side every step of the way. Selling real estate held in trust is never just a transaction. It's a legal responsibility, a family legacy, and often an emotional process. In this case, with out-of-town stakeholders, differing opinions, and no local resources, we turned complexity into clarity and delivered the best result for everyone involved. If you're a trustee, attorney, or fiduciary trying to navigate a trust property sale in the Bay Area, you don't have to go it alone. Call me today or visit probateagent.com. I'd be honored to be your real estate partner through every step of the process.